Until let everybody join, I'll start in a minute.
गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग एवरीबॉडी जी, 2 मिनट वेट कीजिए, सबको ज्वाइन कर लेने दीजिए, फिर स्टार्ट करते हैं।
आज इसमें पढ़ूंगा। सर गुड इवनिंग।
चलिए जी, गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, लेट अस स्टार्ट।
Recording in progress.
आज की क्लास थोड़ी छोटी होगी, आई हैव टू गो समवेयर, तो आज हम अभी स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं। इट इज 7:30 एंड वी विल फिनिश द क्लास एट 9 o'clock टुडे। आज सिर्फ 1.5 घंटे की है, बाकी कोई
सर कल लीव रहे होगा ना?
कल छुट्टी, कल का टाइम देख लो ना कोई।
कल 10 है सर, एक दिन तो
नहीं, कल सुबह का
सर 2 घंटे लगा लेंगे कल सुबह 7 बजे से 9 बजे तक सर।
तो कल सुबह करनी है 2-2.5 घंटे। कल आपको ब्रेक में तो छुट्टी है ना सबको? इज अ हॉलिडे,
सर मॉर्निंग क्लास लीजिए 7 से 10।
यस सर, छुट्टी है कल।
एक मिनट एवरीबडी प्लीज, जिनको छुट्टी है प्लीज remain on mute. Yes please, those people from South India, do you have leave tomorrow? People from Tamil Nadu, Kerala?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay, all right. So what we will do is tomorrow we will have a class at morning time from 7 o'clock to 9 or 10 o'clock, depending on how much. Yes.
बच्चों का पुस्तक लाने के लिए मंदिर में जाना है सर।
मैम बाद में चले जाना ना मंदिर में।
9:30।
Ma'am, see, for one person I cannot change the entire class schedule. So tomorrow class will be in morning 7 o'clock to 9:30 or 10, depending on how much is the work. All right.
7 को कम से कम 8 करिए सर, सुबह थोड़ा।
नहीं सर, नहीं वो सर जल्दी उठ जाओ, जल्दी खत्म करो and finish it off.
Early in the morning is sufficient sir.
फिर 7 to 9 रखिए सर, कल दशहरा है वैसे भी 7 to 9 enough।
तो सर 10 o'clock क्या हो जाएगा बताओ? Let us suppose।
और दशहरे पे करना क्या है?
आपने क्या करना है?
डांडिया रावण फूकना रावण।
अच्छा चलिए प्लीज, नाउ you leave it to me. चलिए, now let us finish it off. Now come to performance management. Okay, in performance management,
the page number
78.
Yeah. Now you all know what is a performance appraisal. Fine. So here we are first establishing the standards of performance appraisal. So this is a process of performance appraisal. You will read it. First, you have to establish a standard that what is meant by good performance. You cannot simply tell an employee that only if your performance is good, okay, then you will get appraisal or something like that. But what is the meaning of good? You have to specify. For example, if you are working in a bank, good means who is doing all the duties of bank, plus who is let us say any performance which can be measurable. Like we say that you have sold insurance or mutual fund worth this much. If you have sold worth this much, okay, if you have sold worth this much, then you have what do you say, good rating or good performance. Below this it is bad. Okay, this range it is average. First you have to set up this measurable performance standards. Okay, then you have to see what is the base. Like yaar kaun hai, okay, then so let us read it first. Establishing performance standards. Appraisal process begins with setting up of criteria to be used for appraising the performance of employees. The criteria are specified with the help of job analysis, which reveals the contents of the job. Madam Saravanthi, which language am I speaking? Tell me. I am speaking only in English. Which other means I don't understand me? I'm already speaking in English. I have not spoken in any other language. Now, Mr. Gurpreet and those who understand Hindi, I'm repeating this line in Hindi also to you. देखिए, सबसे पहले आपको परफॉर्मेंस का स्टैंडर्ड एस्टैब्लिश करना है. पहले आप क्या करते हो? आप जॉब स्पेसिफिकेशन देखते हो. You look for the job specification or job analysis. What the job is? इस job में क्या क्या है? Then you see what is the most important part of the job. इस job का सबसे important part क्या है? After that, you will decide that which part you will select for performance standard. कि किस part को performance standard में आपने include करना है. Then you have to communicate the standards. These standards should be explained to the employees. Communicated and explained to employees so that they should know that the company will give us points based on these standards. And these standards should be told to the evaluators also. People who are going to do your appraisal, जिन्होंने आपका अप्रेजल करना है, उनको भी बताया जाएगा कि भाई you have to give the points on these parameters. Then the performance is measured. Once the performance standard is specified and accepted, next stage is measuring the performance. Now this requires right technique of measurement. Identifying internal and external factors which influence performance, collecting information. So you have to see that when you are doing the appraisal, there are other factors also. What are those factors? We'll see. Then the results that you get, you compare them with the industry standards. For example, if a person who is working in a car manufacturing company, okay, he is on a particular part, let us say he is fitting the seats in the car, and in one day he fits only seats for 10 cars. So you will measure it with the industry, that if this is a Toyota, in Honda, the same person will fit how many seats in will fit seats in how many cars. So based on that, you will see whether this person is working good or not, in a positive way or not. Comparing the actual with the standards. Actual performance is compared with the predetermined performance standards. Then you discuss the appraisal. Okay, in many companies, many good companies, they discuss your appraisal. Once a year, they will discuss the appraisal with the employee. They will first start with what are the things they do good, what are the things they're okay at, what are the things they need to improve. Okay, then they will tell you that if they have cut some points, reduce some points, what are those areas and why they have cut the points. Then they see the reasons. Sometimes they find the reasons during discussion. They find the reason that it is not because of the job this person has. He doesn't know the job. किसे काम नहीं आता. Sometimes there are some personal problems at home also, due to which the performance goes down. And after that, you take corrective actions. What is a corrective actions? If the person has performed, below expectation, you will send him for training. You will do counseling. Okay, through mutual discussions with employees, steps required to improve performance are identified and initiated. Training, coaching, counseling, etc. are examples of corrective actions to improve the performance. Now, now we come to limitations in performance appraisal. Okay, what are the limitations? Limitations is problems that can come while doing appraisals. This is very important. You get question from here also. First is errors in ratings. So errors in ratings, this is the most important halo effect. Halo effect is tendency to rate an employee consistently high or low on the basis of overall impression. Okay, one trait of employee influences other traits. For example, an employee may be rated high on performance just because he keeps sitting on the job late in the evening. He might be sitting on the computer and playing video game. But the boss thinks that, oh, it is 8:30, it is 9 o'clock, and this person is still sitting in the office. Okay, he is a very hard worker, and you give him a good rating. This is the first error. Second, stereotyping.
Sir, limitation means what?
Hanji?
Sir, limitation of performance में तो limitation का मतलब क्या हुआ सर?
लिमिटेशन
स्क्रॉल डाउन करना.
लिमिटेशन का मतलब होता है दिक्कत. ठीक है. हाँ जी सर बताइए.
स्क्रॉल डाउन करना सर एक बार.
हाँ जी क्या करना है सर बताओ. चलिए नाउ
ठीक है सर. हेलो
स्टीरियोटाइपिंग. हाँ जी एवरीबॉडी प्लीज गो ऑन म्यूट.
थैंक यू सर.
Stereotyping. In stereotyping, you form a mental picture of a person on the basis of his age, sex, caste, or religion. A person may be of a particular religion. Okay, you have made a mental picture and you might treat that person unfairly. You give him less points because you don't like his religion or you don't like his caste. Okay, this is known as stereotyping. Next is central tendency. Central tendency means you give average rating to all the employees. Now this creates a lot of problem. Now let us say Ajitesh Kumar, Ajay Kumar and Naveen. These three people are working in the company. Ajay is very good. Ajitesh is absolutely useless. And Naveen is okay. Fine. but I don't want to, I don't want to give a bad rating to anybody. One, if I give an average rating to everyone, they all will be happy. Ajitesh will also remain my friend, Naveen will be okay, Ajay will be okay. But if I give a bad rating to Ajitesh, Ajitesh might not like me. I give an average rating to everyone. Now what will be the problem? Ajitesh, who did not work well, who is not a good performer, he will become happy because he got a good, better average rating. Naveen, he works average, he got average rating. But Ajay will be disappointed because Ajay worked very hard, but still he got an average rating equal to the person who did not perform well. So Ajay will get demotivated. He will feel that why should I put extra efforts when they are going to keep me in the league of a low performer? जब इन्होंने मुझे एक कम परफॉर्मेंस वाले जितने ही नंबर देने हैं तो मैं ज्यादा मेहनत क्यों करूं? So this is a problem with central tendency. Personal bias. Performance appraisal may become invalid because the rater dislikes an employee. Okay. Such a bias prejudice can be because of, again, religion or habits or interpersonal conflicts. Maybe I said something and Ajitesh gave me a rude reply. Now, just because Ajitesh gave me a rude reply, I do not give him a good rating. Now, this is wrong. The rating has to be based on the job performance of Ajitesh, not based on what relationship I have with Ajitesh. Then, spillover effect. This arises when past performance affects the present performance. Okay, let us say Ajay Kumar bought a very big deposit last year. And because of that, he was very popular. This year, he is not working. He has not bought any deposit. His third-party product sales are also below average. But just because last year he bought a very, very huge corporate deposit, big corporate account. Okay. So due to the spillover effect, this year also I give him a good rating. Is that clear?
सर पर्सनल बेस क्या होता है थोड़ा सा?
हाँ जी,
पर्सनल बेस
सर बेस नहीं, पर्सनल बायस है. पर्सनल बायस हो गया कि यार मेरे को गुरप्रीत अच्छा नहीं लगता. मे बी शायद हो सकता है मुझे गुरप्रीत की शक्ल ना पसंद हो सकता है मुझे गुरप्रीत का रिलीजन ना पसंद हो सकता है मुझे गुरप्रीत की कास्ट ना पसंद हो. अच्छा, हो सकता है मैंने गुरप्रीत को कभी कुछ कहा और गुरप्रीत ने मुझे उल्टा जवाब दिया हो कभी. ठीक है, तो मैं ये भूल गया कि गुरप्रीत काम अच्छा करता है, मैंने उसको काम के बेसिस पे तो रेटिंग दी नहीं, मैंने अपने और गुरप्रीत के रिलेशन के बेसिस पे रेटिंग दे दी. क्लियर है गुरप्रीत जी?
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
नाउ कमिंग टू लैक ऑफ रिलायबिलिटी. ओके, इनकॉम्पिटेंस. The person who is giving the ratings, he might be incompetent. He might have lack of knowledge. He doesn't know how to rate an employee. Are you understanding or not? Hanji, are you understanding? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In some cases, trade unions may resist the appraisal, saying that it is a cause of discrimination among the members. It happens sometimes. So these are the errors in rating or limitations in performance appraisal. You will read. This is very important. Next is essentials of performance appraisal system. Okay, first there should be a mutual trust between employees and the company management, that this rating is for betterment of everybody. Clear objective. The objective should be very clear that this rating is going to be based on your job performance. Third, standardization. What is standardization? Well-defined performance factors, that which particular item will be counted in performance. How many points will be given? For example, in banking, your performance depends upon your opening branch on time, coming to the bank on time, your attendance, your customer service, your attention to detail. Are you attentive to small details? Then third-party products. Then sale of third-party products. Then what do you say? Let us say following the proper procedure and RBI guidelines. So these are the 6 performance standards. Now in these, I would say the most important is following the RBI guidelines. So they will carry the maximum points. Fine, this is known as standardization. Then training. Evaluators should be given training in philosophy and techniques of appraisal. The person or the team who is going to evaluate the employees, they will be trained in first how to do the rating. They also have to be given a training in philosophy so that they know what is going on in the life of the other person. This appraisal should be job related. The evaluator should focus on the job related behavior and performance of employees, not his personal behavior. Generally, because there is documentation. Let us suppose I don't like a person. Let us say I don't like Ajay. It can be due to any reason. Maybe he dresses up in a different way. Maybe he's from a different culture. Maybe he's from a different religion. Maybe color of his skin. I don't know. I don't like Ajay or Ajay. Okay? But if I am cutting his points, now there is documentation. In the documentation, I have to justify why did I give him less points for this particular thing. So now I have to give the reason. Okay, now because I have to give the reason, so I will think 10 times before cutting his points without any reason. Because tomorrow, if Ajay challenges the appraisal, Ajay says that they have discriminated against me. I challenge my appraisal. They have given me less points because of any personal bias. Then I can get into trouble. Are you getting me or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So documentation will encourage evaluators to make conscious efforts minimizing personal bias. So this question can come. Documentation, proper documentation in performance appraisal helps in reducing personal biases. Next, feedback and participation. Arrangement should be made to communicate the rating to the employees and the raters, both. Employees should actively participate in managing performance and in the ongoing process of evaluation. The superior should play the role of coach and counselor. Overall purpose of appraisal is development rather than passing any judgment. Individual difference. When you are designing the appraisal system, individual differences in the organization should be recognized. Okay, in terms of size of the organization, nature of organization, the appraisal process of a manufacturing company and a IT company will be completely different. You cannot use the same method of appraisal to measure an employee of Tata Steel with Infosys. No. Yes, TCS and Infosys, they can have a common similar appraisal system. PNB and SBI can have a same appraisal system. Okay. Needs and environment. Therefore, appraisal system should be tailor-made for a particular organization. Then after the appraisal, there should be a post-appraisal interview. An interview with employee should be arranged. It is necessary to supply feedback to know the difficulties under which employees work. Because sometimes when you give a bad feedback or when you have a discussion, employees tell you that, see, how can we work? If we are going to, if you say that we cannot, I am not good at personal service, ठीक है, वो कहेगा जी, you sent me in the clearing department. Now I sit in the basement. In the basement, there is no customer dealing. When there is no customer dealing, how will I sell third-party products? No, he's correct. He's absolutely correct. Fine. So these are the things you will come to know when you have a post-appraisal interview with him. Difficulties under which employees work, identify the training needs. Now, one person says they say that I have not done the sales of mutual fund or insurance products. Okay, but they have not given me any insurance, any training. I don't even know what training products are there. What insurance products are there. I don't even know what is a mutual fund. How can I sell? All right. Then you have review and appeal. If an employee feels that his rating has not been done properly, he can appeal against his rating. He can request a review, that I request you review my rating again. Is that clear? So this is a proper performance appraisal system. Right? Performance appraisal system. There are some old methods, traditional approach. In traditional approach, एक होता है, one is your confidential report, one is your free form essay method. ठीक है? There are more also. In modern approach, this is very important, MBO. This comes in paper. This 360-degree performance appraisal comes in paper. And AK bars, you got a question from this also recently. Now, just give me a second. Let me open the PPT also. Actually, here I was teaching this subject in the college, and for that I read a full book of HR laws and everything, and then I actually understood many things. So this PPT is good to explain you bars system. Now, first is you have confidential report, CR report. Okay, this is a traditional method. This is a traditional form of appraisal used in government organizations. A confidential report is a report prepared by employee's immediate superior. Your superior will prepare a confidential report about you. In that, he will write about your strengths, weaknesses, your achievements, failures, personality, behavior. Okay, based on this, you get promotions or transfers, all these things. Second is free form essay method. Here, what happens? Your manager will write an essay on you. there will be questions like this. Either they call tell you. See this. This is a form of essay. ये वाला. This one. Like your appraisal will answer a question. Please describe the employee strength. Please describe the employee's weakness. What should the employee do to? What should the employee improve in the next year? So your manager will write an essay on this. Are you getting me? So problem क्या होता है? And in essay he will cover everything in detail. This is your weakness. Why this is your weakness? Okay, this is your strength. Why does the manager feel this is your strength? Okay, what you should do to improve it? Nagendra ji, this is actually a very, I won't be able to zoom it because, let me see if I can find the actual book. Just give me a second. Let me. Yeah. This is the power. Yeah, देखो. Can you see now, sir, Mr. Nagendra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, this is a sample essay method. This is the essay method of appraisal. Okay, here your manager will write an essay on you, like this. There's a question. Please describe the employee's strengths. Please describe his weakness. Okay, what should the employee do to improve in the next year? Like this. He will write an essay on you. Is it clear? So the problem in this is that if the manager does not know how to write an essay, employee's rating is screwed. Employee की rating खराब हो जाएगी अगर manager को essay नहीं लिखना आता. Under this method, evaluator writes a short essay on employee's performance on the basis of overall impression. The description is expected to be as factual and concrete as possible. An essay can provide good deal of information about employees, especially if the evaluator is asked to give examples. That why he thinks it is his weakness, why he thinks it is his strength. Give an example. Okay. The problems, this question comes sometimes. What is a problem in the essay method? The limitations of this essay method are there is no common criteria for appraisal. Okay, I can say that Ajay has this strength, I give him more marks. Ajitesh has this strength, I give him less marks. And the quality of appraisal depends on the writing ability of evaluator. If I don't know how to write an essay properly, if my writing skills are not good, Ajay and Ajitesh appraisals are gone rather than the employee's performance. Moreover, it is a very time-consuming method. And it is appropriate only to assess senior executives where the number involved is small. Is that clear or not? Is it okay? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next. Next is the ranking method. Okay, what is this ranking method? रैंकिंग मेथड छोड़ दो, नहीं आता. फिर ये पेयर्ड कंपैरिजंस, ग्राफिक रेटिंग स्केल चेकलिस्ट. Not very important, but still I will just read 1 or 2 lines in it to explain it to you. रैंकिंग मेथड क्या होता है यार, ये देखो. This is a ranking method. In ranking method, employee in a particular department are ranked based on their value to the manager or supervisor. Here they compare it is a comparison method. So what will manager do? Manager will have a list of all the employees. So let us say there are 10 employees under me. I will write their name on a page. Then first I will choose the most valuable employee. So let us say I feel the most valuable employee is Ajay, and I keep his name on the top. And then I will put the least valuable employee. Let us say I say the least valuable employee is Ajitesh. I put his name in the bottom. Okay, and then I will put the names of the remaining employees in the order of most valuable to least valuable. But again, there is a problem. There is a room for biasness. And this can work if there are 5-6 employees working under me. What if there are 500 employees then? How will I rate them? So that is why it does not work well. You can just take a screenshot of this. That's all for ranking method. You don't need anything else. Give me a second. Next is graphic rating scales and checklist. I'll show you what is a graphic rating scale. See, this is a graphic rating scale. Look here. It is the most popular choice. Graphic rating scale is most popular. Okay. Then here what you do is this type of evaluation lists traits required for the job, because they will see what are the qualities needed for the job, traits required for the job, and ask the source to rate each individual on each attribute. Okay, the ratings include a scale of 1 to 10. So 1 is your poor, 10 is your excellent. Okay, so this is known as graphic rating scale. So now let us, let us first read it from here. in a graphic rating scale, it is a numerical scale indicating different degrees of traits relating to personality, performance of employee. Intelligence, quality of work, leadership skills, judgment are some of the characteristics. The raters record his judgment on employee's trait on this scale. The number of points given to employees are added up to find his overall score. This rating scale is very widely used, very popular, easy to understand and use. Okay, so ये आपको मैं इधर इसका एक और proper example I'll show you. See this. This is a graphic rating scale. See this. Can you see this? Now, इधर देखो. This is sample graphic rating scale for receptionist. Now, this is for a receptionist job. Now, first, does the receptionist answer the call by the second ring? So, if every time you will give 5 marks, no, you will give 1 point, like this. Based on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you will simply do a circle like this. Does the receptionist answer calls? Just give me a second. Does the 1 minute, sir. Sorry, very sorry for the distraction. Does the receptionist answer the call using appropriate greeting? Does she talk, welcome to State Bank of India, how can I help you, like this? If yes, give 5. If no, give 1. If sometimes, give 3. Does she greet the customer or he greets the customer in a friendly manner? Answer is no, I give 1. Do they offer customer something to drink within 2 minutes of arrival? Answer is no, I give them 1. So now based on this 5 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1, I will give them marks of 10. So 10 out of 20. So this is a 50% rating. So 50% rating is like this. I give them, this is the average rating on this scale. So if out of 1 to 10, I will just give them 5 points. Is that clear? What is a graphic rating scale? समझ आ गया?
Yes, sir.
Next is the checklist method. Okay, what is this checklist method? Here, simply let me tell you, from here it is easy. In checklist method, the performance evaluation either with a checklist scale, a series of questions is asked and the manager simply responds yes or no to the questions. Is that clear? You can take a screenshot. Okay, and sometimes if, like he will say, you can tick mark if the employee does this. If he does this, you will put a check mark. If he doesn't, you will just leave it blank. What is the problem? The problem is it does not allow a detailed answer, because here you simply tick, check or uncheck, yes or no. That's it, simple. Okay, so generally what they do is, what the companies do, they use a checklist scale and they combine it with essay method. That if he does this, does the employee perform things like this? tick mark. So this is a checklist, yes, no, and then give a essay about it. So they sometimes companies mix and match two appraisals. So this is the, this is the photograph. This is a sample checklist scale. So does he arrive at work on time? If the answer is yes, you will tick mark. If the answer is no, you will simply leave it blank. Is he dressed appropriately for the shift? No. So I leave it blank. Does he maintain cleaning standards? Yes. If completed daily tasks are finished, does he take initiative in finding new work? Answer is no. So I simply take these two. That's all. Is that clear? What is a checklist method? Is it clear? Yes or no? Say something.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now this is these were our traditional old approaches. Now come to modern approach. In modern approach, we have first management by objectives. Very, very important. What is management by objective? Idhar dekho. Here, this concept was given by Peter Drucker, the famous management guru. Fine. So here he says that, for example, organization-wise goal setting and appraisal performance program consists of following steps. He says that first you will set the goals of the company. Here what will happen? The main directors or owners will sit together and they will establish the organization-wise plan for next year and set the goals. Then the set department goals. Then they will give a department goals to each department. That marketing department, this is your goal. Production department, this is your goal. Customer service department, this is your goal. Okay. In this step, department heads and their superiors. So head of the department and the superiors, they will sit together and they will fix the goals for each department. Now, these department goals are discussed. Now the department head will discuss these goals with his team in the department. And then he say, you will develop your own individual goals. For example, Ajay and Ajitesh will say that, Ajay is good. Ajay says that I'm good at customer dealing. I will take care of all the, let us say, third-party product sales. Ajitesh says, I'm good with my, let us say, rules and regulations. I'll take care of all the operational aspects. Okay, so now individuals are making their own goals inside the department. Okay, in other words, every employee will state how he can contribute inside the department towards attaining the main goal. Then they will define expected results, individual goals. Here the department head and subordinates will set short-term performance targets. Like within this week, the target is we have to sell mutual fund worth 10 lakh. This week, the target is insurance 2 lakhs, like this. Okay. Then performance review. You measure the results. Department head compare the performance of each employee with the expected results. Then provide the feedback. Department head will hold periodic performance review meetings with subordinates and discuss and evaluate the progress in achieving the expected results. Okay. Now, what is the main thing here? Look here. He says, this method can be used only when the goal setting is possible by subordinates. Blue-collared worker, that is a labor class, cannot set their own goals. Then, MBO program involves a lot of time, energy, expenditure. It is difficult to administer because continuous interactions between superiors and subordinates is required. Okay. If the span of supervision is quite large, it will not be possible for the supervisor to have discussion with each and every subordinate for setting up of mutually agreed goals. Like in bank. In a bank, if you start using this, bas fir to kaam ho gaya. Then entire day you will only do the performance appraisal. You will not have the time to do the banking. So in banks, he says, normally in banks, MBO method is used only for assessing the branch managers. That's all. Nobody else. Because it takes a lot of time, energy, cost, lot of documentation. Okay. Then you have next. Ye dekh lo. This is your MBO method. So like this, KCINC project completed on time, met or did not meet? Met, okay. KCINC project completed in budget? No. 360-degree review of team, scores 3 or high? Yes. Now what are their MBOs for quarter 3? What are your targets for quarter 3? You will write it here. This is the MBO method. Is that clear or not? Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Next is 360-degree performance appraisal. One person, now Ajay will be given appraisal from 360 degrees. So this is Ajay from 360 degree. His seniors, his colleagues, his juniors, everybody will give him an appraisal. Even the PN will give appraisal. Gatekeeper will also give him an appraisal. Okay, 360-degree performance appraisal. 360-degree technique is understood as systematic collection of performance data on an individual or group derived from number of stakeholders who can be your supervisor, team members, customers, peers, self. In fact, anyone who has useful information of how an employee may do the job can become one of the appraisers. Okay. Appraiser should be capable of determining what is important. This is very important. The appraiser should know that what is important and what is less important. There should not be a bias. Okay. He should assess the performance without bias. 360-degree appraisal provides a broader perspective about employees' performance. So this is your 360-degree review. Or that's all. That's all. So these are all your appraisal methods. Next, human resource accounting. इसको आप एक बार simply you will read. What is human resource accounting? Human resource accounting is a branch of managerial accounting which involves application of economic and accounting concepts to the area of personnel management. It is a process of recognizing, measuring, and communicating useful information relating to human resources. Okay. Then, इसको read कर लेना. So ये देखोगे ना, यहाँ से आप read करोगे need or significance of HRA. Accounting is now regarded as service activity, descriptive analytical discipline, information system, blah, blah, blah. Information generated through HRA can be used where? for formulating policies and programs for development of human resources. Decisions regarding the cost reduction programs. Okay, cost reduction program, which employee you have to fire, which you have to retain, training and development, recruitment and selection, manpower planning and control, conservation and reward of human resources, making a choice between various types of human investments and other assets. In traditional accounting practices, human resource, a vital asset, also did not find its place. Expenses incurred in respect of selection, layoff, training programs, etc. of employers are treated as revenue expenditure. Okay, it is argued of late that such expenditures yield benefit to an enterprise in form of service rendered by manpower. Isko pad lena yaar. Acha, this is what is bars. This question has recently come. Now see this. I will explain you bars. Now see this. Ye dekho. This is a real example of bars which was used by US government to evaluate the nurses. Ye dekho. Everyone please look here. So he says the nurse sometimes follow doctor's orders, often impatient with difficult patients, doesn't follow hospital procedures. She often follows doctor's orders. She's impatient or he is impatient with the patients, does not follow the procedure. If these things are there, rate them 1. If they always follow doctor order, sometimes impatient with difficult patients, do not follow procedures, 2. Always follow orders, always patient with patients, and always follow hospital procedures. If everything is correct, then give 3. Now in 4, he has added a quality. Always follow order, never impatient with difficult patients, helps other nurses. So this has been added. So then give 4 and follow the procedures. In 5th, one more criteria, one more thing is added. Always follow orders. Okay. Available to meet with doctors whenever needed. So this is a new criteria added. Never impatient with difficult patients, helps other nurses, follows procedure, then give 5. So basically, the main things which are important. So ये question क्या आया था? I'll tell you the question. In bars, ये आया था. This thing. A bars method first determines the main performance dimensions of the job. What is a main performance dimension? Like in the case of nurses, the main performance is they listen to doctor, they are polite and kind to the patients, and they follow hospital procedures. Is it clear? Are you understanding or not? Then yes, the tool, then the determines main performance dimensions of the job. Okay, for example, interpersonal relations. Then the tool uses narrative information from a critical incident file. What is a critical incident file? A particular incident that happened. You note it down. Okay, what is a particular incident? Someday, Ajitesh had a fight with a customer. He spoke rudely to him. Now, this is a critical incident. You write it down in a file that on this date, this time, Ajitesh spoke very rudely to the customer. As a result, this happened. On some day, Ajitesh gave a very good service also. Okay, due to which the customer was happy, he gave him a good deposit. This is also a critical incident. Okay, so in behavioral anchored rating scales, the first you measure the main performance of the job. Okay. Then you use critical incident files and assign quantified ranks to each expected behavior. So, for example, this is a basic thing. Follow the hospital policies, listen to the doctor, and then often impatient and is impatient with difficult customers. Now, how do you know whether Ajitesh was impatient with difficult customers? This you will find out from the critical incident file. You will open the critical incident file of the branch and see how many times Ajitesh have spoken rudely or how many bad critical incidences had happened. Based on that, you will find whether Ajitesh is polite or he is not polite with the customers. Are you understanding or not? Everybody, please tell me. See why I am telling you this. See why I am telling you this story, because in the paper this critical incident file word also came. So now you know that in bars, first you establish what are the main performance standards. Then you pick up the critical incident files, and based on that you give ranking to every behavior. And that is why I have shown you this example. Now, if you understand this much story, in the paper, if you get a question on bars, you will read the options and you will immediately understand which is the correct option. If you simply read the definition, you will never be able to find out what is the correct answer, because you will say, "Yaar, ye to samajh hi nahi aata. I cannot understand this thing." But now do you understand what is this? In this system, there is a specific narrative outlining which exemplifies good and poor behavior for every category. Okay, so basically, please take a photograph of this thing. This method combines a graphic rating scale with the critical incident system. What is a critical incident system? Whenever there will be an important incident, critical incident, you will note it down in a notebook or a register or a record. So please take a photograph of this page. Screenshot of this page. And now also take a photograph of this page.
सर इस पेज में क्वेश्चंस कैसे आएंगे सर?
A simple question आया था, what is the bars method? What is a behavioral anchored rating scale? इधर देखो, ये देखो, ये केस स्टडी में ना, ये देखो, ये केस स्टडी नंबर 10 में ये रहा bars का. This is your case study number 27. Under dash method, the jobs are described by giving critical incidents of effective and ineffective performance, and based on which rating scale is devised and set of incidents are used as behavioral anchors for performance dimension. So this question actually came. So answer is bars. Simple. समझ आया कि नहीं? Because आपको यहाँ से पता चल गया. Now you understand what is this bars method.
Okay.
Now we come to the last part. अच्छा, ये वाला आप रीड करेंगे, you will read it on your own. Characteristics of good performance appraisal system. Read it on your own. Then what are the tools used? इसको सिर्फ एक बार आपने रीड कर लेना है. इसमें से कोई क्वेश्चन आया था गुरप्रीत जी? ये टूल्स ऑफ असेसमेंट, ये वो कॉम्पिटेंस
बार वाला क्वेश्चन था बस एक.
हाँ जी,
बार वाला क्वेश्चन था इसमें सर.
बार्स वाला तो मैंने आपको बता दिया ना, क्वेश्चन ये आता नहीं है, बट फिर भी एक बार इसे सिंपल रीड कर लेना. ठीक है, यू जनरली डू नॉट गेट थिंग्स फ्रॉम हियर. व्हाट इज अ बिहेवियरल इवेंट इंटरव्यू? जस्ट रीड द डेफिनेशन. ठीक है, सिर्फ डेफिनेशन रीड करनी है और कुछ नहीं है. उसके बाद दिस पेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, HRM एंड IT. Okay, so just role of IT in HRM. Human resource records can be created and maintained using technology just like management information system. HRIS, human resource information system, is need of the hour. Now, what will human resource information system do? HRIS and human resource database, they provide up-to-date information to management for developing and modifying human resources. Like, you know, how many people are in age group of, let us say, my software will tell me, because it has all the data. So it will tell me that, अच्छा इधर देखो, पहले तो आप data देखो. First, understand this data. There are two types of data. One is static data. Static data means which does not change. Okay, like your name. Your name is not going to change. Address, it will change, but not that frequently. Education before joining the bank, it will not change. Work experience before joining the bank, not change. Marital status, it can change once or twice. Photograph, personal details, physical detail with special identity marks. So these are this is a data, okay, which changes very rarely. Okay, what is a dynamic data? Your performance record, your leave record, training record, health and safety records, wage and salary records. Now all this data, all these records are put in a software, HR software, which is known as HRIS, Human Resource Information System. Now immediately that software will tell that, see, out of 1 lakh employees, okay, 10,000 employees are in the age group of 55 years and 60. So that means in next 5 years, these people are going to retire. Okay. Then immediately they will say that the people who are going to retire, this is their, क्या कहते हैं, what do you say, training record, this is their performance record. That, let us say, out of 10 people who are retiring, 3 are from foreign exchange, 2 are from credit management, 1 is from retail banking, like this. So you are not going to lose those 10 people. No, you are going to lose that experience, that skill. A person, let us say when Ajitesh will retire, if he has a 5-year experience in treasuries, 3-year in foreign exchange, so you are going to lose 8 years of experience in treasury and foreign exchange. Okay, you cannot say that, okay, 10 people are retiring, so IBPS ko bol do ji 10 clerk hire kar lo. No, that is not how it is going to be. You need that particular skill set. You might even go for a specialist officer of foreign exchange, a treasury management specialist officer also. Secondly, your system will immediately tell you that, see, Ajitesh has a bad health. He might take a VRS. Okay, or he is going to retire in any case in next 5 years. Okay, He's good in foreign exchange. He's good in credit management. Everything is fine. Now, if he goes, what do you do? So immediately they will see that Madam Deepika, she has the same experience of credit management. So if Madam Deepika can be sent for training in foreign exchange, and then she can be put with Ajitesh on for on-the-job training, where Ajitesh will teach her on the job how to manage the foreign exchange desk. So within 2 months, Deepika will have the same skill set of Ajitesh. So on these basis, you will select Deepika and send her for training. आपको बात समझ में आ रही है कि नहीं? Are you understanding or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is used to give up-to-date information of management to management. Up-to-date records on will help the management to take right decisions on recruitment, selection, placement. Okay, succession planning, designing career path for employees, identifying training needs, designing training programs, serve as a basis of personal decisions for training, promotion, suspension, layoff. Okay, give information to government agencies under any law. Some practical examples. See this is very important. Training records may be used to generate a short list of eligible candidates. This brings in transparency in deputing people to training. If HRM department at regional office matches the leave sanctioned by RO with training deputations, they will be able to know at a glance that one branch cannot send 2 officers on training and 2 on sanctioned leave at same time. Because if from one small branch, if 4 people are missing, how will the branch function? Is that clear or not? Okay. Yes. And then you have this knowledge management. Knowledge means data. Knowledge management refers to process of creating knowledge, storing knowledge, distributing and pooling it. Okay. Rules, regulations, customer preferences, processes are changing. So this is the data which keeps on changing. Knowledge therefore needs updating regularly. Data needs updation regularly. Information technology plays a vital role in knowledge management. Okay, as it allows to store, retrieve knowledge as never before. So, ये question आया हुआ है. Knowledge workers are known as knowledge creators, processors, handlers are identified and knowledge is managed. People in the organization are the sources of creating knowledge. Storing and distributing is the responsibility of the IT department. Pooling the knowledge depends on the culture and relationship with the management and processes. That's all. With this, I finish your HRD. Okay. So, ये जो इसके बाद की yesterday we have all done up till case study 23. So case study 24, 25 and 26, 27. This is your homework. ठीक है, इनको simply read कर लेना. Tick mark the answers and read it 2 times. That's all. Clear है? Is it clear to everybody? Okay. Now I will stop here now. Okay, I have to go. So sorry, today I told you earlier also that I have to, today the class will be over early. Tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, we will have a class. I will finish linear programming. It will take 1 hour. It is very important. And then I will finish your, I will start with, क्या कहते हैं, या मैं economics start कर दूंगा, या मैं balance sheet start कर दूंगा. Okay? All right.
Okay, sir.
Tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, we will start the class.
Okay.
Right.
Tomorrow evening, sir.
No, sir. Time is that a long?
Recording stopped.
What are you saying?
Is that a long class?
Ma'am, it will be 3 hours minimum 3 hours. It can be 4 also, but I'll try to keep it up to only 3 hours. 3 to 4 hours you can sing. Sir, festival hai, that is why morning 7 o'clock I'll start and by 10 o'clock I'll finish the entire day. You have to celebrate the festival, na?
रावण में जाना है सर।
सर वो रावण को तो शाम को आग लगानी है ना सर।
सर हाँ, गुड नाइट।